Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the finals for Encounter 5. Anthony with you again on the call. I have Tank joining me in the booth. How you doing tonight? Hello? Tank?
Oh, sorry about that. I had my mic muted because I was waiting for him to call me in. I'm doing pretty well.
You
Back
realize
from a
I
trip
can
in
mute
Boston,
you on my end, right?
refreshed. Yes, I realize you can, but I did it myself.
So wait, what were you saying there before I accidentally cut you off?
Back on a trip from Boston, feeling refreshed and ready to see this game.
And speaking of this game, we have both players getting set up right now. Ozzy, who managed to go through, I believe it was, who did he play in top 8? Was it Ciliag?
I think it was Ciliag, yes, because there was a
Ciliag,
Devastator on both sides.
Yep, so Ozzy has beaten Ciliag's blue Devastator deck, and of course you saw the weirdness that was his match versus Legendary. Meanwhile, on Naga's side, he managed to go through, I believe it was Bill? Was it Bill in top 8?
Yes, it was Bill in top 8.
And then me in top 4. Still a little annoyed about that because Fort Max. But both players have reached their first finals, and this means that we will have a new champion tonight that has not previously won an encounter. So, going quickly over the players' list in case this is your first time tuning in with us. Of course, everything is on the screen for you in terms of who is on what side. Naga is obviously playing Fort Max, choosing Flintlock as his head of choice for Cerebros. Meanwhile, on Ozzy's side, we see Soundwave with Ravage, Steeljaw, and Fangry with Parsec attached. As a reminder, if you're wondering why Naga is not playing Grax, that is because that Encounter 5's Garrus 9 list included all 3 health heads, Kreb, Briscoe, and Grax. It also banned Turnabout Snare, it also banned Sky Shadow Sync, and you are not allowed more than 1 Titan Master on your team, with the exception of Fort Max, essentially. But yeah, that is what the extra ban list was, the rotating ban list, essentially, for this event. And so basically Fort Max has been cleaning house for a good majority of the event. Of course, we saw it take down a 3-wide anti-bull strategy in top 8. That is what Bill was running. We saw it absolutely wipe the floor against Devastator, unfortunately. How do you think this match is going to play out against essentially a 4-wide team that is pretty aggro, but also has a couple of fragile pieces?
I think that it's going to play out very much like it played out in your match. We're going to see a lot of direct damage coming out from Fortress Maximus, and to be quite fair, the number of small characters that are on Ozzy's side of the board is actually more detrimental to him than I think you'd expect.
Well, yeah. And of course, we do see Gyrick in there. That is his sideboard character of choice. I believe he sides out of Fangry and I don't know which, Fangry, Parsec, and I don't know which character. Also,
if I had to guess, Fangry, Parsec, and Ravage.
Yep, Tank, you've got the deck lists up, I'm assuming?
Yes, we have the deck lists. Both decks are actually running more than your standard 40 cards. Ozzy is running 41, and very surprisingly, Naga is running 51 cards, which has been kind of a contentious statement this entire tournament, but seems to be doing him very well because it's always given him a lot of opportunities and a lot of options for when Cerebros hits the table and gets his ability to pull in upgrades.
Right, and I mean, with Fort Max in general, you generally want to be playing extra cards just to try to help maximize your both, pretty much all of your triggers, and it's been described where Fort Max is actually just a Cerebros deck, and Fort Max is just the phase 1 of the deck, kind of the the teaser trailer for it. So, again, Naga's really playing Cerebros here, so having all those extra cards, like you said, definitely does help his consistency. Also, in case you're wondering what is going on here, players are currently running deck checks. So, yeah. 51 cards. Oh no, my captain, poor old Captain Omega. Veril, shut the hell up. Get out of here right now. I do not want to see this shit again. Also, again, like all broadcasts on this live channel, I do not have time to censor things out, and frankly, I don't care. So, yeah, expect some heavy profanity, potentially. I'm going to try to avoid it as much as possible, because this is a broadcast, and I need to be professional, but this is Servants of the Dice Gods. Do you expect quality content ever? Anyway, so you can kind of get a good look at what both players are playing. And one thing I want to point out on Naga's side, Demolition Derby. This fucking card. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with it, I am pulling it up here quickly, and Teletran is actually moving along thanks to those server upgrades that went in place a few weeks ago. Hey, I can read it. I can read it. Okay. I have it up. Okay. I have it up. Don't worry.
I already had it up before you even did it, so...
Well, I have it up now, so I will fucking read it.
Right.
Again, profanity. Anyways, if your opponent has at least twice the number of characters on the battlefield than you do, one of your characters gets +2 attack until end of turn. When that character attacks and does enough attack damage to KO an enemy this turn, and your opponent has twice the number of characters left, untap it. Now, that last little bit you're not going to find on Teletran because this was actually an emergency errata that went into place right before the event started. And actually, during testing, when Naga was tormenting me with Fort Max, Demolition Derby did not have that extra double number of characters clause, and as a result, he was able to essentially OTK me, which should not be possible in Transformers. And yeah, that was quickly changed, and he's still kicking ass and taking names. So anyways, we are seeing...
Which is a very interesting piece of kind of insider information that you had. And I think that that's a really important note, that Naga's deck was powerful enough to make an emergency errata pre-Encounter 5.
And also, this was not Cerebros that was constantly killing characters. This was Flintlock, a Titan Master that is primarily for defense.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, another card that we just saw pulled out here during the deck check was Rage, which is from Turbo Revan Old Punks. So Rage goes on melee characters and gives them bold 1, and when that character becomes tapped, you do 1 damage to a tapped enemy.
Absolutely. Veril says, I expect quality humor. You're in the wrong channel. I just make shitty jokes repeatedly all the damn time. Tank can attest.
You're very much in the wrong channel. The fact that every time I've said the word bonsai, or the fact that every time I've said Bonsaitron today...
Bonsai!
And that's happened, shows you how bad we are at reusing jokes.
Because I do not have a sense of humor aside from, I don't even know what. Like, I laugh at the dumbest shit. Like, there was a discussion happening earlier. Tank, you're not allowed to talk about details because this involves Arc 2 stuff. But it was just, we were constantly yelling at somebody about phrasing. Let's just say that much.
It's the name of a Transformers character who's pretty well known to have a horrible name. As well as, I think... Transformers has so many names anymore that are just not good. Like, Boomer, I think, is the name of a Target Master. One of the Target Masters somewhere. I think it's the Autobot who turns into a dump truck, the dual Target Master. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but one of his Target Masters is named Boomer.
I don't know. Anyways, it looks like we are finally starting to get set up, and we will probably see the die roll here momentarily. Also, I feel bad for Naga having to shuffle that 51-card deck. Like, 60-card decks are annoying. 51 cards is pretty close. Now, I do not miss my Pokemon days, partially because of that reason, but I also don't have to buy cards. I can just print them off myself. Alrighty, so what is going on here? Also, Fort Max seems to have gained a cloaking screen, even though I'm pretty sure that's not in Naga's deck. That was a bad joke for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, because he's off the board. I got you.
Oh, yay, Naga's pile shuffling. So what else do we have to talk about? Oh no, Eric's in the chat. Oh no.
So, there's a card that we should probably talk about, is Impetuous Stand.
Oh,
it's
boy.
in both of these decks and has made probably the most significant showing out of any Turbo Revan card in their entire set. And to be fair, I think it's obvious as to why.
Yeah, like, I talked about this in my Devastator deck profile, which I believe I have a link to the main channel in the description. Yep, at the very bottom of the description, you can find a link over to the main channel. And one of the most recent videos at the time of this broadcast that I've uploaded is my 4th place Devastator deck profile. And I talk about how Impetuous Stand is basically just disassemble, but it's better in 2 ways. One, it has a, it can hit utilities, and 2, it gets around anti-scrapping clauses like on Ghost Shield and stuff like that. And, yeah. Oh, great. Now Eric is texting me pictures of cats instead of just going meow in the chat.
Well, there's other issues with Impetuous Stand. For any kind of card that reclaims an upgrade from scrap, including our favorite boy Reclaim, as well as the staple of tanks, Hunker Down, that card is just sent to the bottom of your deck, never to be seen again.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if it's an upgrade that's essential to your strategy, say goodbye to it. You're never seeing it.
Well, I mean, you are seeing it, but unless you're Cosmos or Treadbolt Turbo, probably not going to be for a while.
Exactly.
So anyways, Naga is pile shuffling again. Can somebody tell him we have a die roll to get underway here?
I'm going to let him go. We have enough to talk about. What else do I want to talk about?
Should we drop a very vague teaser about the thing?
Oh, yes, we should.
I will say this. Basically,
right.
There was a conversation that was happening in a private chat on the Turbo Revan Old Punk server, which, by the way, link in the description to that. As a result of that conversation, me and Tank are working on our own set now. So I can't give any more details on that. It is in very early alpha testing, but just know that we are making roughly a Turbo Revan size set. Like, essentially we're doing like Turbo Revan size,
I think we're technically barely larger than Turbo Revan, but I think that's only because we've included characters.
So like yeah, so again,
we had the die roll.
Oh, well, who's going first? Well, we'll see by the starting hand size here. It looks like it's going to be Ozzy. Yep, it is indeed
yes,
Ozzy.
Ozzy is going first.
But we will talk about that project a little more in the future. We can't give any details right now because, honestly, we don't have too much done for it. We literally just started this last Wednesday. Anyways, back to the game, and let's get this underway. And we seem to be having some lag from Ozzy's end. Anyway, Soundwave flips to bot mode, deploys Ravage, and we are waiting for Naga to reveal his hand. Are their cameras frozen? Can you hear anything from them? Oh, okay. 2 force fields and a sec check. What does he put? He probably puts the sec check back on top of the deck if I had to take a wild guess, just so that way it doesn't do its thing, because sec check did wreck me in my game 2.
He's putting a force field on the top, which is a little bit of an interesting play,
but
understandable.
Done. Like, I get it, I guess. Anyways, Fangry goes in. His Bolt 2 is actually live, and he's going in here for 5, 6, 7, 8 Pierce 4. Is that 8 Pierce 4 or 8 Pierce 3?
8 Pierce, I think he said 8 Pierce 4.
8 Pierce 4 it is. Going into Fort Max, he would have triggered without the force field on top of the deck regardless, albeit we now know where all 3 of his force fields are. 2 in the scrap, 1 in the hand. Fort Max takes 5, Fangry takes 1. No greens on Naga side of things, but we do have a backup beam over for Ozzy, and he's going to drop a Mag Ray for it. Makes sense. The Mag Ray is not going to do too much against a 1-wide team. And we are going to move over to Naga's turn. You were saying?
I was about to say, with Fangry having the Autobot head, that's actually very much a detriment. That would put 4 damage on him, on his board, and 2 damage on Naga's side of the board.
And especially with the fact that Fort Max has a double built-in armed hovercraft. Yeah, so anyways. And also, when Steeljaw comes out, there's another Autobot. So, of course, we see Fort Max flip. Why wouldn't he? And now we are just waiting to see what the card is. So we know he has the Sec Check. We know he has the Force Field. The question is, what is that third card going to be?
Oh, Naga's worried about...
Demolition Derby off the bat. So that was the top deck for turn. And we're going to go ahead and see Fort Max just absolutely run through this team potentially, because he does have that base 8 attack. If he gets this trigger off, he's going to do 2 to Fangry, 2 to Ravage, 2 to Soundwave. That'll put Fangry at, I believe, what's 11 minus 3? 8 health remaining. That's a very, feasible kill range for Fort Max, then he'll just be able to run into Ravage and can potentially put a butt ton of damage on Soundwave. Minimum 4 from attack, actually minimum 6 from attack triggers, and potentially he could potentially wipe the board here. Actually, no, he can't, because he can't kill Soundwave because of the extra clause that was added before the event, and that is actually proving to be fairly relevant here. And my guess is he's going to try to probably try to kill.
No trigger.
No trigger. That puts that concept dead in the
water.
water.
But Fort Max is coming in for 10. And Fangry will take 8, which puts him at 9.
Oh, if he had gotten the trigger, that would have been a KO of Fangry. And, yeah, that would have... Oh, wait, he couldn't have cleaned up this turn. I forgot how this game works. I am so used to seeing all my characters tapped and then Fort Max just cleaning house, so I am sorry for thinking that everybody on Ozzy's side was tapped. This is why I need a co-commentator, and honestly, I'm surprised Tank didn't catch me on that one.
I am not focused right now. I'm trying to focus, but commentating at this current moment in time after having not played the game for easily almost 2 weeks, it's difficult.
We need to fix that after this. Actually, I need to go edit a video after this, because I need to get a video out on Friday. Anyways, moving over to Ozzy's turn. Backup beam on Ravage.
And calculated strike on Ravage.
And I have to put Eric in a timeout again, because he's yelling.
No flip for Soundwave, though.
Wait, oh, no, wait a minute. Remember, this is a wheel turn, so Soundwave, he's keeping the attack on Soundwave, but that does open him up to a Fort Max hit, potentially. Actually, no, he has 2 defense in both modes. What am I saying? Anyways, Ravage goes in for I don't know how much, but he's going to be doing, I believe, 7 damage, that is, to Fort Max?
I believe so, because, yeah.
We could be seeing Cerebros come out here momentarily. Yep, there is Cerebros.
And there is Cerebros. But that's not a great situation for Ozzy, unfortunately, because that means we have an untapped Cerebros who may be able to pull a force field from the scrap or an energy pack, any of those different options that have already buzzed through while he's been flipping.
He may have also flipped Master Sword. I'm not 100% sure on that one, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he has or not, but there's a very good chance.
So, the question is now, who does he go into here? Because Cerebros is base 6, he has the bold 1. There's a Paralyzo box, that's probably an orange call if I had to take a wild guess on the attack. Security checkpoint, there goes an escape capsule. Looking at Ozzy's hand, we are going to see fight for position, supercharge, and a rage gets dumped. Not as impactful as it could have been, but getting rid of that rage just to lower the one-shot threshold, especially around that top
He is
3,
calling black for the Paralyzo box, and he is correct, so there's a +4.
And there is the trigger
and there's the
of
trigger.
Cerebros. So does he grab... So he doesn't need a Master Sword.
If he's got that Master Sword.
He doesn't
well, if
need
he's got the Master Sword, that's another +4 attack.
Oh, that's right, because Paralyzo Box isn't a static buff, it's a game... Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yes. Paralyzo Box is... The buff does not fall off because it's applied during a condition.
Right.
But the increased durability goes down, and I think that is equally a good option.
Yeah, that's
and that is
probably
11 into Fangry, which pops him. And that is a very smart move because Parsec is not likely to kill Cerebros this turn.
Oh,
or even put much damage on it.
I thought I would have, like, honestly, if I was in this situation, I would have tried to nuke Ravage, but going in and trying to bait out Parsec in order to go into whoever you want on this turn. Albeit, Ozzy does have his flip available, so he could very easily flip Ravage to stealth mode and potentially force an attack into Parsec next turn. Or Soundwave, for that matter.
The thing is...
Nope, flipping Soundwave. Okay, so there goes that idea. So you were saying, after a fight for position comes down...
This is what I think is going to happen, because this is what Naga tends to do. With that tough 3 that he's getting from Flintlock, what he's likely to do is, if he gets that trigger, he's going to pull an armed hovercraft and just kill Parsec before the attack even goes.
Oh, you're right. I forgot Parsec only has 1 health. Hi, Gyrek. Anyway, so Parsec swings in here for... How much attack does he have base 2?
And he's got the trigger. And I believe he's got 2.
There's the armed hovercraft.
And there's the armed hovercraft, just like I said.
Parsec. We have an untap, and Cerebros is probably going to go ahead and get Murder and Ravage here. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, back over to
If he's got the Demolition Derby, I do think that there's a very good chance we see Ooh, or we just see another armed hovercraft. If he's got a Demolition Derby, I think there's a very good chance that he sends into Ravage.
Nope,
but...
he does not have the Demolition Derby. Oh, wait, nope, he's untapping. Wait, what's going on? What's going on?
He's checking to see if Ozzy picked up the Bashing Shield, which he did not, so Naga is not worried about losing his indestructible or his increased durability. And he's going into Ravage.
Okay, so there is the trigger, so he could cycle a third armed hovercraft if he wants to, and
I think he's going to go for the Master Sword, if I had to venture a guess.
Has he already flipped? Nope, there's his energy pack. Yeah, Master Sword is probably the play here. And you said he was going into Ravage, correct?
Yes, he's going into Ravage.
Eric, stop sending me pictures of cats. It's getting annoying.
And Naga asked about where the backup beam was, forgetting it was sitting on Ravage.
How many pictures of cats has Eric sent me? Jeez. Anyways, so back over to the game, and I will be sure to put Eric in a timeout again if he tries that again. Looks like is he going armed hovercraft, or what is he going? Okay, he's counting cards, so he is now officially banned from Vegas.
Trying to figure out where he's at.
You're seriously just gonna... Oh, whatever. Anyways, I made a good joke for once, and it just had to talk over me.
He's yes, Vegas counting cards. He'd be banned, yada yada.
Anyways, so,
Naga has not made a decision yet, which is very interesting. I think he's trying to decide if he can one-shot Ravage here with a Master Sword, or he'll pull it in, and there we go.
Alrighty, so that's going in for 10. He's got a one-shot threshold right now.
He is going in for 12.
Yeah, that's a dead Ravage, because I'm like 90% sure Ozzy's deck does not have any blues.
Dropping a supercharge for a mission briefing, which is a smart call, since he'll flip Soundwave and he'll have 2 bots on the field.
Yep, and yeah, this if he's got a wheel turn here, so if he has an action upgrade here, which is very well, I mean, he doesn't have any does he have an upgrade in hand? I don't know. Because of course that sec check was
security
dropped.
Checkpoint, yeah.
He only dropped a rage off that though, and I think this is his second turn since that sec check. Soundwave flips, Steel Jaw's out, no cards in hand. Naga playing around, what's it called? I don't know. Anyways.
Inadvertently playing around Soundwave's flip ability.
Thank you. It works. How do they work? Anyways, so 90% chance of no blues with the backup. Yeah. Veril, thanks for pointing out I'm an idiot again. Anyway, so going through the scrap pile, checking for armed hovercrafts if I had to take... Oh, checking for force fields or medic... Checking for medic's protective fields, duh.
Which, I think that is probably what Naga's going to want to do here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to check and see what the likelihood is that Cerebros triggers. And
there's a draw.
It seems like Ozzy.
Briefing. Does he have a power upgrade? Does he have a power upgrade? That is going to answer our question as to whether or not Cerebros is going to be able to get killed here.
The problem with the power upgrade is that leaves Cerebros that telegraphs what he's going to do.
Right.
Because if he puts a grenade launcher or a power punch on Steeljaw,
Fusion Bore, that works.
Then we know that Naga's next move is almost certainly going to be the force field in response to Steeljaw.
Yeah, I guess. So he's sending in Soundwave first as a way to play around that. Going in for 5 Pierce 2, it looks like.
Yes, 5 Pierce 2.
And that will probably do the Pierce 2, and there is a trigger, so...
Okay.
Medic's protective field is probably not the play here. If I had to take a wild guess, he either grabs the armed hovercraft, the energy pack, or the force field.
If I had to guess, it's going to be the force field. Knowing what Steeljaw is about to come in with, I would go with...
The energy pack is at the top of the scrap. That may be what he's thinking. He's going for the energy pack. He's increasing the amount of health he has. So he's gone from an 8 health to a 16 health. Or does Cerebros have 9 health? I can never remember.
So he will take 2. Cerebros has single-digit health. I believe you are correct that it's 9.
Can we get a check on that in the chat, please?
I am checking currently.
Oh, yeah. Teletrain is a thing. Duh. Anyways,
Cerebros.
we are going to be seeing Steeljaw going in here next. It's going to be doing a minimum of 3
Oh, no.
damage.
Cerebros has 8.
Okay, so it is 8. Okay, I can never remember if it's 8 or 9. I always confuse Cerebro and Horrible having 1 less or 1 more health.
That is a 6 Pierce 6 from Steeljaw.
Yeah, but that will not be enough to kill Cerebros here if he, with the energy pack and the increased durability. Now, if neither of those were there, be a different story altogether. But since they exist, you kind of get where this is going. Anyway, so we're seeing a reshuffle from Naga here. And we see the pile cut. And we
2, 3, 1 pile cut.
And one more card get flipped, and blocking whatever takes 6 because Pierce is a thing.
Mm-hmm. So that leaves Naga with very little options in his scrap pile. And we know he's got the 3 force fields in his deck, but the question is can he take out somebody here before he gets down to Flintlock?
Right, and he would need like a Paralyzo box right now in order to try.
Well, he's got a Master Sword.
No, what I mean is he drops a Paralyzo box, gets rid of the Master Sword, then pulls the Master Sword back in order to get a +8 boost.
Yep, that would make sense.
For once, I'm the smarter one in this chat.
Hey, man, I forgot. But unfortunately, he doesn't have that Paralyzo box in hand, which means it's either got to be in his scrap pile, or he needs to be able, or he's got to have it in his hand.
Well, the scrap pile isn't going to work, because it's just going to net him, it's going to minus him attack, I'm pretty sure. So, anyways, so the Master Sword looks like he's going to have to keep it. Looks like he's probably just going to send Cerebro straight up in here. Unless there's something else that we're not aware of. Is there anything in Naga's deck that could potentially do something? Nope, we're just sending straight in.
Yep, we're just seeing Ascend.
I mean, hitting for base 10 is still enough to one-hit KO Steeljaw, isn't
Going
it?
into Steeljaw.
It probably is. Oh, there's a white icon, because Steeljaw only has 1 defense, and there's like 1 blue in Ozzy's deck.
Ooh, but no trigger.
Ooh, but that is enough to kill Steeljaw. Soundwave is the only character remaining. Now the question is, does Naga have an escape capsule in his scrap? If he does, he can overwrite the energy pack and keep that Master Sword on Flintlock to try and win next turn. But if he doesn't, I don't see a way he wins this. There's a Power Punch and a Supercharge.
Power Punch and a Supercharge. Yep, I think that unless Naga gets really lucky here, gets the trigger, and is able to pull that escape capsule, that's just a dead Cerebros.
Yeah, and considering how much Pierce Ozzy's deck is able to throw around, yeah, that ain't looking too good.
He said it was 10 Pierce 6, I believe.
Oh, and
there's the trigger.
So he could grab a force field here. No, oh, wait, with that, nope, that would kill him, actually. Never mind. There's not really a whole lot he can do here, actually.
10 Pierce 5 is the total attack from Ozzy.
He blocks 3, takes
8.
7.
Or no, 7.
Yeah, math is hard, I get it. He can't use force field because then he would just die instantaneously. He has the escape cap. Wait, oh, he's going for the ghost shield. Wait a minute. Eric,
nope,
we've already
still
used
die
that
if it was the ghost shield, so
Eric,
he's checking that.
Eric, we've used that joke a million times. You're not funny. Anyways, I
Ooh,
think...
but he's ignoring the trigger, taking 7.
What? Oh, wait.
He's alive on 1. The server.
Oh no! The server curse comes home once again. I would have gone for the honestly. I would have been thinking. What is it called? Escape capsule in that situation to potentially get him with Flintlock here. But now with Cerebros alive on 1, that swings things back in Naga's favor to an extent. So.
You said it yourself, though. Cerebros is the game of Fort Max. So Naga knows he wants to keep Cerebros on the board as long as possible. And he is just sending Cerebros into Soundwave.
Yep, you are absolutely right, Veryl. I completely missed that. And he doesn't get the trigger, but I don't think he really needs it. He's going in for 10 Pierce 1. Flintlock probably will be able to clean up. Because on the defense, if on the defense here, if Cerebros triggers, he just grabs the enter. Wait, how does that work?
He hit for 11. Soundwave blocks 2.
No. I'm talking about on the attack here. Is he able to grab an an escape capsule? And what? There's a bashing shield for the increased.
All right. Well, that just kills him.
Yeah, there goes that question as to whether he's able to grab the escape capsule or not, because no need to. And there's a fight for position, and barring an absolute miracle here, I think that spells the end of the game in favor of Ozzy, and that is only
There's
6.
Pierce 3.
Pierce 3. Flintlock only has 3 health. So, let's just wait and confirm. Wait, Flintlock has 4 health?
Oh, Flintlock has 4, so he's alive on 1.
Oh, wait a minute! We could see some magic here. We need to see like a Paralyzo box. What does Naga have? Could we... This just got real interesting real quick.
4 health and 2 defense.
Oh! What? What? I thought he had 3 health. That is insane.
Oh, no. Sorry, I wasn't reading off Flintlock stats. Flintlock he does have 4 health, 4 attack, and tough 3.
Okay, I was about to say 2 defense on a tough 3. That seems
No, that would be ridiculous. You're correct.
Absolutely, it would. What is he doing now?
It seems like Naga is checking his cards to see what he's likely to flip here and whether or not he can possibly keep Flintlock alive, which I don't think matters much either way, to be brutally honest with you.
Because Pierce is the thing. He needs to push 4 damage through here. I don't know where the backup beam is. Soundwave is likely defending for 2. He has base 4 attack. He needs to get 2 oranges here, or if he has any sort of offensive upgrade in hand, that helps. An armed hovercraft is essentially a +2 in this situation that does guaranteed damage.
If he has a demolition derby.
Oh yeah, Demo Derby gives +2 attack. I forgot about that.
Not only that, but because he would untap.
Oh, you're right. Oh, wait a minute.
He could go in with Flintlock twice.
That could very well do it. Does he have the Demo Derby? It looks like he's thinking about something.
Oh, he's got... Soundwave has 3 defense currently because of the Bashy shield. I forgot
you're
that.
right. Duh, I forgot about that. I'm so used to not being
that means,
defense.
at minimum, Flintlock has to hit for 7.
Oh, that's a little less feasible. Ugh.
And Naga's checking for black icons right now, seeing how many, and he's likely got the Teletran list open here.
And I mean, Ozzy doesn't look like he's going to be reshuffling anytime soon unless he has that supercharged power punch again. So now we just wait and see if Naga has anything. Alrighty, so let's wait and see now. He has the Paralyzo box!
Oh,
Wait
he's
a
got
minute!
the Paralyzo.
Does he have a Demolition Derby? Does he have any sort of offensive action in hand? And Impetuous would have also done it as well, because it just would have been able to spin away the Bashing Shield. Oh, this is close. This is what the finals should be. Like, I don't even know what to say here. Like, this is insane right about now.
Yeah, this has been a very good match. Soundwave and Co. is performing a lot more powerfully than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, I mean, again, they have that advantage of just being able to nuke Fort Max before the damage gets dumped. Like, the problem I was having during my matches, I just could not kill Fort Max on that first wheel turn, whereas Ozzy had absolutely zero issue with it.
Yeah, it was the same for me with Smoke on the Water. I just could not pump out the damage needed to kill Fort Max.
He has an Espionage. He's going to try to remove something
Espionage
power.
for blue to get the backup beam, because he knew that was in hand.
Oh, Flintlock is melee, armed hovercraft doesn't fire. I mean, it's still a
And he's
+1
guessing
weapon.
black on the Paralyzo. It's an Impetuous
No! No! Okay, wait. There goes. Oh, there goes the game for Naga, potentially. There's still a chance. There is still a chance. It would take a miracle flip on Ozzy's end and just not flip any black icons. Naga flips every blue he possibly can. There's a mission briefing to dig for a power weapon, sending Soundwave in straight up. There's the Pierce one.
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and indicate that Ozzy has won
round 1.
game 1. What a game! Holy crap, that was intense. God, that was insane. Okay, so you have the decks up. What do you think are the sideboard plays here?
So, in terms of sideboard plays, I don't think that Okay, well, Ozzy just immediately subverted my expectations because I was just about to say I don't think Ozzy subs in Gyrick here,
Yeah,
and then he
like
subs in Gyrick
decision.
here.
That seems like a weird decision considering Fort Max is one wide, Gyrick's generally better against wider cards. But while you're thinking about potential other sideboard plays, let's take this moment to talk about the BFB Beta. The next release from Team Bayformers is on the way, and plenty of cards have already been spoiled for the set, but there's one step to go before they can be released officially. A public beta to ensure everything is as balanced and polished as humanly possible. At the time of this broadcast, roughly half the cards in the set have been revealed to the public and made available for testing, and these cards feature, among other things, the new rolling action and oppress mechanics. And if you're wondering if this advert is ever going to change for once, you're in luck. We've had a few road bumps recently, but we're back on track and should be releasing the third phase of the beta soon. In the meantime, if you're interested in testing out a few cards for yourself, be sure to check out the Bayformers download page, of which there is a link in the description, or you can find it at bayformers.net/downloads. And if you have any questions about the beta, be sure to join the Bayformers Discord server, of which there is also a link in the description. Again, if you want to join the testing process for Wave BFB, be sure to check out the link in the description to download the beta, or go to bayformers.net/downloads, and be sure to join the Discord at that link in the description if you have any questions. Okay, do we have a call on who is going first?
Not quite yet.
Alright, so...
But...
Anyways, any other sideboard plays you're potentially seeing here?
Well, one that I'm seeing that might be a slight surprise on Naga's end would actually be enforcement batons. And the reason being is that if he flips the right set, he can knock off one of Ozzy's weapons like a fusion borer or a grenade launcher before damage is calculated. Past that, we have Hollow Matter Projector on Fort Max in this situation is probably not the best. However, Naga has 3 copies of Tetranite Microlining in his sideboard, and that is definitely something that I am expecting to see him pull out to stand up against this team.
That very well could be a decision. So now, still, any word on who is going first?
Not as far as I'm aware.
That call should have been made already before sideboarding, so we have just probably missed it in that case.
Yeah, there's a very good chance.
Wait, Ozzy looks to be having 4 cards right there. Nope, he is just still sideboarding at this point.
Yeah, so on Ozzy's end, the options that I see him picking up are cornered, interestingly, because that would flip Fortress Maximus out of his bot mode. No, maybe not.
That would not do anything against Fort Max, since he's usually in alt mode except for on Naga's turn when attacking. So
yeah, the only ones I really see are Impetuous Stand and maybe Hollow Matter Projector. But other than that, Counter Espionage isn't going to do him that much good because calling Demolition Derby is a risk. But if Ozzy has Naga's deck list open, he may see that he has Tetranite Microlining in his side and side in his Counter Espionage just to try and get rid of it.
I mean, counter siding is a thing, so Anyways, we are waiting for the shuffling to finish. And Naga's pile shuffling again. Are you serious?
Naga's going a little overboard. But he's probably trying to avoid some of the card clustering that may have happened in the first game.
I mean, honestly, I didn't see a whole lot aside from the force fields in the early game, but that really wouldn't have had too much of an impact if you ask me.
Well, it potentially could have.
I mean, potentially, but how realistically do you think that was going to be, like, in terms of, modifying the game state to a point where it could have won Naga the game? Exactly.
And
Anyways.
Naga selects 3-1-2 for the organization of Ozzy's cards.
And let's see who's going first. We probably just missed the call.
And Naga is going to be going back in 2 seconds. Coming back in 2 seconds, unfortunately.
I don't know what else to talk about here. I know Eric is now probably going to troll me in the chat for saying that. Signing out Ravage and bringing in Steeljaw, actually. Wait a minute. So Steeljaw is in...
So he says he meant to grab Steeljaw, so that may have just been an honest mistake, but we're still in the sideboard phase, so I don't think there's anything wrong there.
Yeah, neither do I.
Naga is going first. Yes.
Interesting. That is, well... I'm honestly not too sure about that one. I don't know this matchup very well, so Fort Max is just going to swing in, and who's to call?
Into Gyrick.
Into Gyrick. Yeah, I mean, he is the bigger hitter of the two, and he has 6 attack compared to Soundwave's 4. Only does... Oh,
Naga
that's
triggers, gets the 2.
10 into 2, that's 8. Gyrick is on 4 remaining.
Yes.
See, I can do math every once in a while.
So that's quite an opening hit from Fort Max. And that's him the flip into alt mode.
Alrighty, so.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Out. Force Field, Master of Metallicado, Tetranite, and Erratic. So you were right on the Tetranite call. And what were you going to say?
I thought I was right on the cornered call for a split second, and then I reread the card.
Oh.
Yes, but Tetranite being there is a huge issue for...
unless, of course, he did counter-side into counter-espionage, knowing that...
And he's getting rid of the Master of Metallicado.
Yeah, makes sense. So...
Well, to be fair, it really doesn't, in my honest opinion. Because he's gonna attack in and trigger Fort Max twice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Well, potentially twice.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, Nitro Boosters on to Steeljaw. Oh, this is gonna hurt. And remember, Fort Max has 14. Fort Max has 14 health right now, thanks to Gyrick, one of my favorite characters in the game. And that is going in for 9 Pierce 3. Is that? Gyrick is not a specialist, so that wait, assuming control. Wait, what? Why is he playing assuming control? Hold on a minute. I gotta look this up. Tank, cover me while I'm looking this up.
I can tell you why he's playing it. It's because Gyrick is there. And if he kills one of his other characters, he can just power up Gyrick with those. Unless I'm missing something. No, it's for Soundwave.
Wait,
it's for both of them.
It only works on Quintesson specialists with a bot mode, not any Quintesson with a bot mode. Otherwise, Gators and Sharks could use it, and that would just be.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's for Soundwave.
It's for
okay,
Soundwave.
That makes sense. Yeah, just go ahead and let's see, what does this thing do? Yeah, just casually add Gyrick 6 attack to Soundwave. Anyway, so Soundwave is now going in here for I don't know how much. Steeljaw's already attacked as by the lack of Nitro boosters. 12 damage has totally been brought on. That was Steeljaw swinging. Never mind. And yeah, he is going to be able to get Fort Max in this turn. If he did not have that, what's it called? Nitro boosters, he would not be getting Fort Max here, I believe. And we're going in, and he's got enough Pierce because black icons carry over until end of turn for whatever reason. I don't know.
He will not trigger either, so...
Yeah, Viral Gyrick cannot assuming control because he is not a specialist, he is ranged.
Correct, which I had forgotten about. And this is a point where Naga succeeded last time. The fact that right now he can probably get Gyrick off the board since Cerebros is untapped, and the fact that it's going to be at least a 1 from Ozzy and then a 1 from Naga before we see an attack out, it's a big balancing factor for Cerebros here.
There's the force field as the upgrade for turn, so... Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe not? I mean, he does need to take a hit here since he doesn't have his energy pack or his, Oh, there's a secret action. Gee, I wonder what that is.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
What secret actions is he playing besides Tetranite? As we see Cerebro swinging, gets the trigger. What does he have? There's 2 armed hovercraft, there's an erratic energy. He has the energy pack in scrap, so it's either the energy pack or the armed hovercraft he's going to look at here. What do we got on the secret actions?
The only other secret action he has is a hold the line, which would potentially be good against Steeljaw, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, like...
I would think it'd have to be a Tetranite microlining, because you want to try
to insulate your health a little bit.
Right.
So, anyway, so we're looking through Ozzy's scrap now. I'm not sure for what up there is a hollow matter for whatever reason. Oh, hollow matter. Ooh, that ain't good. Naga's still thinking about it here. Again, you think he has to go either energy pack or armed hovercraft here. I mean, he's already probably killing Cerebros. I mean, getting a head start on killing Steeljaw. He goes for the armed
hovercraft.
Yep, okay, so that will put Gyrick down to 3 health remaining, and we see another point of damage dropped onto Steeljaw and Soundwave. And Cerebros is then swinging in for 8 Pierce 1, I believe, and that is a dead Gyrick, and that will cause Naga to...
Naga's trying to think about what he wants to pick up here.
Okay, I was about to say, I saw that hold the line. I'm like, did he pick that up? Is he dropping it for the espionage? What is he doing? But now assuming control is live for Soundwave, and that could be significant in terms of Cerebros getting 1 shot here.
Yes, that is very significant. If Ozzy happens to have an assuming control, he can't 1-shot this turn. So if I had to guess, he'll try to, if he does have an assuming control, he'll try to send in Steeljaw to bait out the force field and the Tetranite microlining that just came in.
Right. Now, the question is, how many assuming control is Ozzy even playing?
In his sideboard, Ozzy has...
I thought I only saw 1 earlier during the deck checks, but I could be wrong on that.
No, he's only got the 1, so it's
okay, so
it's
that's
gone.
Out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And also, keep in mind, Naga has an erratic energy grenade in the scrap right now, so if Cerebros gets too close to death, he could very well just throw that on and just do that.
Yes, that's very true.
Oh yeah, Vero pointed out Bashing Shield could have always been a thing with the assuming control, but since we know his 1 assuming control is in the scrap, that is not a concern. Impetuous Stand. Oh, wait, he's got an Impetuous Stand on the force field. Oh, that ain't good. I would not be surprised if Naga pulls the erratic energy grenade right about now. Or probably the energy pack actually might be the smarter play. Yep, there's the Tetranite. So there is a Tetranite. Yeah. So he's got 3 defense blocking Soundwave's 4 attack. So that currently evens out to 1 damage right now. And he doesn't get the Pierce negate though. Oh, that ain't good. That is not good in the slightest.
So Naga is checking the rules right now to check and see if the Pierce reduction on Tetranite microlining...
It does not, because it happens at the point of... It checks at the point of flip if there's an armor.
Right, and Techno's double-checking, but they do believe that Judgment Call is right, that the Pierce reduction happens as soon as Tetranite microlining is revealed, which means that even if he pulls an armor from the scrap, he should not get the Pierce reduction.
Oh, that's why they're looking, duh. So... Again, we've had the point of flip discussion multiple times with the pre-errata version of Turnabout Snare, and now it's coming up for another card, so that's fun. Anywho, we're waiting for Techno.
Yes.
Okay. It is confirmed that Naga will not get the Pierce if he pulls an armor off of Tetronite.
Correct.
Alrighty, so that puts that plan to rest. Albeit, if he has a Medic's Protective Field right about now, that could save him potentially here. Because if he Medic's Protective Fields, then on the next attack with Steeljaw grabs an Energy Pack, that could potentially do something.
Heck, we know he's got a force field. I believe he has a force field in the scrap.
Force Field or Medic's Protective does it here, so... Anyways, he's blocking.
He does not get the trigger, though, either way.
Oh, so he takes... Okay, so even if he
takes
had...
Pierce 3, though.
So he takes 3 even without the Medic's Protective Field, so that's... So really the question is now, does he pull the Energy Pack on this next attack, or does he try to go for a... what's it called? Erratic Energy Grenade here and try... Actually, yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this situation. He probably goes for an Energy Pack here, if I had to take a wild guess on this next attack. And why did he just throw those in the scrap? That is not where they go. Oh, wait, Cerebros is untapped. I completely missed that. So, he could very well grab a Force Field on this attack, or he has the Master Sword in scrap, so that could be something as well that we see. Because Soundwave has 11 health remaining. There's the one blue is floating around.
Ooh, an unflinching courage, trying to get that trigger and make sure he can get it.
Yeah, and of course, you could get some extra oranges in there, so there is that aspect to it as well. Oh, nope, taking it back, actually. Wait a minute. He is checking to see how many cards... he's doing math to see if he could even get the white icon. Again, don't do this in Vegas, kids. Don't do this in Vegas.
Do this in your home with your family and friends. They definitely won't get pissed at you. Especially if you do it in Monopoly.
How the hell do you count cards in Monopoly?
Who knows?
What, do you play like a weird version of Monopoly that involves like Texas Hold'em or something like that?
Cheaters Monopoly.
Oh, God. Anyways, so we're waiting, just checking scraps here, and and I thought Bug Bite took forever.
Old version Bug Bite definitely took forever.
Yeah. Well, current version Bug Bite still takes a little bit of time.
Current version Bug Bite is a little bit faster, thankfully. But that's because his ability is recur and upgrade that doesn't have an icon set or a matching icon set. So usually you know what you're going to get because it buzzed by a turn or two ago.
Okay, so Naga is going to go with the unflinching courage, so the math must be playing out in his favor if he's doing that. Well, gee, there's another... Oh, wait, no. This is a situation where Hold the Line probably would actually do something.
Well, unfortunately, and this is something that I noted, a couple turns ago, he got rid of his Hold the Line, I believe.
I mean, he could have top-decked another one, because how many is he playing?
He's only got the one.
Oh.
And he did trigger.
Well, that's a Tetronite then.
Yeah, I do think it's a Tetronite, because what he's going to do is he's going to pull in an upgrade of value.
Master Sword, easily.
Or he could pull in the Master Sword. You are correct.
Also, there's an energy pack, so there's that for if he gets the defense flip off. Also, wait, is he playing any copies of Hidden Fortification?
He is not, no.
I was about to say, that could have been that, but since he's not even an idea I'm going to entertain. So we go ahead and see the, so we see the trigger. Before anything is pulled, he's going in for 9 Pierce 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 Pierce, 9 Pierce 4. That wouldn't be enough to kill Soundwave. He needs the Master Sword here if he wants a chance, because that's 13 going into 2. That does it. He's grabbing the
and he's getting the Medic's Protective Field.
Up there,
and
so
again,
the Master Sword is in the scrap. So he could get that potentially, but it looks like he's going for the Medic's Protective potentially?
Yeah, I think he's going to go for the Medic's Protective, and I think that's the right idea.
I'm not too sure about that. Well, I mean, Soundwave is tapped, so he's not a threat. I guess that, yeah, that does make sense, actually.
9 into Soundwave, so he'll take 7 Soundwaves on 11.
So 4 away. We'll have to see how this goes now, because Steeljaw attacks here. Assuming there's not a Nitro Boosters, Cerebros will get a clean swing into whoever he wants. And then it's a matter
and
of...
he's dropping an Espionage for Paralyzo, Naga is.
Yeah, that makes sense. He needs the attack bonuses here in order to clean this game up, so... Moving over to Ozzy's turn now. The question is, does he have that Nitro Boosters in hand to help with sound? He needs the armor for Tetra... Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Beryl.
Yes. That is exactly what I was kind of trying to insinuate without being direct. Naga is trying to make that Tetranite microlining as strong as possible.
You
and
realize
he's
that...
also... Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
And he's trying to not telegraph it with an upgrade play. So he's trying to kind of make it look like he's playing something else, potentially.
You realize that you have to spell things out plainly since you have an idiot co-commentator over here.
I don't spell things out in the King's English, so.
What English do you spell it out in? There's a backup beam on French English. Counter espionage, probably calling Tetranite. He doesn't have the Nitro Boosters though. That is significant.
And he called Tetranite microlining, and you got it.
Shocking. Naga had a Tetranite set. In other news, grass is
green.
green.
And he did have the hold the line. I'm surprised.
You were saying?
I thought I saw it buzz past. Or he traded for it. I couldn't remember.
Anyways, so Steeljaw is going to go ahead and go in here. Did call the Tetranite, so that is not an option, but that Max Protective Field isn't really going to do him too much. Going in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, and he gets the trigger, though.
Oh, he could grab a Force Field, potentially, here. He's... what thing? He's... Okay, he takes 3.
And I...
Oh,
what is happening?
He has a reshuffle.
Oh, so he reshuffled right as he got his trigger. I see.
He's not dead, though. That is the important part. He's not dead. He's gonna be able to get through here. He doesn't have access to the Master Sword. He does have the Paralyzo box there. So the question now is, who does he go into here? Who's the bigger threat?
I think you take out Soundwave. Soundwave's higher attack value means that he is almost certainly the bigger target. And if you can just take out Steeljaw's backup beam, he's a lot weaker. And all he can do is just use his Pierce. So.
Yeah, that is a fair point. Anyways, so.
And I think in a battle of Steeljaw against Flintlock, Flintlock has the better opportunity.
Probably. Okay, he doesn't have an energy pack or an escape capsule in the scrap. Now, if he had an escape capsule, that would probably be the pull on this next attack, just so that way when Cerebros is KO'd, Flintlock comes out fully loaded and ready to blast somebody in the face. But without that escape capsule, unless he can somehow find a way to get it to the scrap beforehand, or if he flips it on this attack, I don't know. This could be going in Ozzy's favor here momentarily, but we will have to see what Naga is able to do this turn.
Definitely. Naga's not in a bad state, but there's a very good chance that if he whiffs it here, that's game.
Very likely, and it's just a matter of he has the Paralyzo box in hand. That is probably his upgrade play for turn, just to guarantee the kill shot. What does he have in terms of actions?
The thing is, though, is that if he gets rid of that unflinching courage, that reduces his likelihood that he's going to get the trigger. Oh, yeah. So I think he's got
There's a Tetranite.
There's a Tetranite.
Nope, that could be the hold line. That could be the hold the line.
Oh, that's very true.
Could be a bluff play here. Sending in Cerebro straight up, so he's not going to play that Paralyzo box.
Ooh, so he's probably saving it for Flintlock then.
That makes sense, actually. He doesn't flip the escape capsule, unfortunately, so he won't be able to...
Increased durability.
Okay, so he's now got 12 health, so he's got 7 remaining. That's a little more favorable.
In for 9 into Soundwave. That's a dead Soundwave.
There's the escape capsule, except it's on Ozzy's side of the field, so it does... it does Naga absolutely nothing, so... Anyway, so can Steeljaw finish off Cerebros here? That answer is likely yes. And then the question is, can Flintlock finish the job? And at that point, I really don't know.
So
Naga needed an escape capsule here if he wanted a shot at that Master Sword, but he does have that Paralyzo in hand still, so that could be something. Does Ozzy have Espionage? I'm honestly not sure. Does he?
Does he what?
Does he have Espionage?
I am not sure.
Check.
There's no energy pack. There's no Master Sword, Ghost Shield. But I actually don't know if Steeljaw can really secure the kill here with tough 4, 1 defense, and 7 health left.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
That's a large hill to climb.
And again, you have to ask, fight for position doesn't look to have an Espionage in hand. There's the hold the line. He is not dead this turn. He can only do, or Steeljaw rather, can only do a max of 5 damage here. So that stunts that attack. This game very well looks to be locked up for Naga, barring some absolute insane nonsense happening.
8 Pierce 5, so he'll take the 5.
He's taking 5
Naga
no
takes
matter what.
5. Oh, unless next turn Steeljaw lives and Ozzy has a bashing shield.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can see this going in his favor, unfortunately.
But we very much are going to a game 3 here, most likely. What does Naga have? Is he going to drop the Paralyzo box and try to go for the kill shot here is the question.
I think that might... Well, I'm not sure, actually. The issue is that a lot of the sideboard that Ozzy did was more multicolor or single color, very oddball cards. So I'm really not sure if a Paralyzo box is going to be the right call. But he'll play the escape capsule. Yes, sir.
There's the insurance policy. If Ozzy has an impetuous stand, now's the time to probably drop it next turn. Okay, there's 2 more. There's his Master Sword.
Yeah. Ooh.
And gets the trigger.
And there's the trigger.
He doesn't have another... Wait, how many Master Sword is Naga playing? I don't... Wait.
And
doesn't matter.
8. Yeah, does not matter, because we are on to Game 3.
Game 3 it is. Wow, we have got a hell of a set going on here.
That is definitely true. This has been easily one of the most incredible rounds I've actually seen. And these are just 2 off-the-wall, really weird decks.
Like, everybody, I think the general consensus for the longest time was Blaster is better than Soundwave, but Ozzy is making us all look like total idiots now.
I'm honestly surprised that we didn't see a secret action Soundwave this tournament, considering Turbo Revan's Soundwave Superior strat.
Yeah, and of course Fort Max, such a weird card, but you see, I mean, he did have some favorable matchups. Devastator! But, yeah. So, anyways, while we have a moment here in the action break, you know what I'm saying, let's talk something Halloween-related since we're, under a week away. The mists of spooky season are rising, and out of it comes the menagerie, I can speak, of Decepticon monsters seeking to terrorize the TFTCG. However, there is a small group of Autobots, either brave or dumb enough to stand in the monster's way. All the while, an unknown abomination lurks in the distance. What it's waiting for, who knows, but all you can hope for is that you never have to witness it. Will you submit to the monsters who wish to terrorize TFTCG players everywhere, or will you join the cadre seeking to put a stop to them? That decision is yours to make when Monster Menagerie, the newest release from Turbo Rev and Old Punks, drops on Halloween. If you want to stay up to date on when this battle begins, head to the description and you'll find a link to join the Turbo Rev and Discord server, which is where news and spoilers about Monster Menagerie will be dropped. Again, if you want to stay up to date on Monster Menagerie news and spoilers, join the Turbo Rev and Old Punks Discord at the link in the description. And Tank, of course, you know a little bit about that set because you got to spoil Banzaitron today.
Yes, I got to spoil the very last Decepticon of the set. I got to spoil Banzaitron, the Crystallocution Master.
Also, Treadbolt says hi because of that. And yeah, Monster Menagerie is shaping up, even though it's only 9 characters. It's got some interesting stuff. Of course, last week on the channel, you saw Bludgeon and Brainstorm going at it, and yeah, Bludgeon is strong. That's going to be a nightmare come Tournament Season 2. Yeah, because 13 stars, plays with OA. Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't even get OA off in those matches, most parts, spoiler alert, but...
Which is interesting. Both times I've played against Bludgeon, both of them were OA. Neither of them got it off.
Which
one I decimated, and the other was yours.
Like, if it wasn't for the fact that Bludgeon was 13 stars, like, I would instantly be playing him with ASP because they love dual icon cards up the wazoo.
Yes.
So, like, it's a good thing that he's not 12 stars, otherwise, oh god, ASP would be making a major resurgence in any Turbo Revan meta. But also, like, all the stuff in, like, I think there's, like, one character now that hasn't been spoiled, and we're not allowed to talk about that, but, like, Wolfwire likes to play with, like, Lord Megs, and... No, wait, is it Wolfwire, or is it Fangry that likes to play with Lord Megs?
Wolfwire likes to play with Lord Megs.
Yeah, and then Bonsaitron likes to play with all those self-mill characters, Nemesis, Treadbolt, the like. Megatron Ratchet, we still haven't figured out a shorthand name for that abomination yet, but...
Mega Ratchet.
Yeah, that just doesn't roll off the tongue, in my opinion.
That is literally the name that was given to it by the writers of the comic.
I recognize that the council has made a decision, but given it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
But given you're a moron, you will choose to ignore it.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, like Megatron Ratchet, I was doing some testing with that before that was spoiled, and he's interesting to say the least. And I'm not to say anything too on the nose, but there may or may not be a card in BFB that kind of helps him out. Or is it a them? I don't know.
Them?
I mean, both Megatron and Ratchet have been portrayed as male,
Jesus.
But anyways, we're off to the races here. We were getting sidetracked. Anyways, so looks like Ozzy's going first, flipping Soundwave, deploying Ravage, going back to the 4-wide build, Tetranite, security checkpoint, enforcement batons in hand for
and
Naga.
Seeing the Tetranite get immediately sent to the Boneyard.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, anyways, we're going to see Fangry go in here, and we are going to see Fort Max not trigger on defense. Oh, that ain't good.
Ooh.
That ain't good.
9 Pierce 4. Take 6.
Fort Max just got smacked. So, we're going to move over to Naga's turn here as he will draw for turn. And now we just wait and see what does he have up his sleeve aside from, you know, flipping Fort Max.
Yep, flip Fort Max. The most obvious call in history.
Yep. Can you take over for a minute? I've got to text somebody something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we are waiting to see what Naga's going to play here. He's only got the 1 card, so it's got to be something important. We know that Naga has some erratic energy grenades, potentially, well, no. Escape Capsule is probably a bad call if he's got it here. And he's checking Ozzy's scrap pile to see what he's flipped. We see in terms of upgrades, we see a fusion bore, a power punch, a couple power punches, escape capsule, all that good stuff.
Yep, and okay, so now I am back in here, and somebody just hopped in. Okay, well, we got another viewer over on the Bayformers server, link in the description if you want to join that again. And now we just are wondering, what is Naga going to do? And I need to respond to another text. You've got the call.
Oh my gosh. We are still waiting. Naga is taking quite some time to make a decision here. And I think it's because he's really worried about those black icons. All that Pierce that's going to be coming in and all of these smaller characters, it makes it a difficult choice. It makes it a really difficult game for Naga, who can't completely rely on his deck to give him the attack power he needs, like a lot of these other decks, like Ozzy's, which is so orange. And we're still waiting on Naga. Naga is taking 7.5 years to make a decision. We have a sturdy Javelin, interesting. So he is likely going to try and punch some extra damage out. Oh, throwing the Javelin at Fangry. So we could potentially see 4 direct damage here.
And we will, because that's an energy pack.
Okay, so did Fangry just get one shot?
I do not think so, but he's attacking for 10.
And he did get the trigger, so...
No, he did one-shot Fangry.
So wait, so 2 from the Javelin, 2 from the trigger, and yep, that's essentially a one-shot of Fangry. Wow, what a swing! Good lord, that was a swing and a half.
Naga definitely took advantage of the fact that Ozzy opened up Fangry very, very early.
Uh-huh. Of course, he was doing that game 1, but just wasn't... I don't think he was able to get the kill in that one, but now he has been able to. But that Sturdy Javelin does help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Sturdy Javelin was the make or break.
Absolutely. Anyways, we're going to move back over to Ozzy's turn. Hollow Matter on Parsec.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
I mean...
That's such a weird decision.
Parsec dies to a stiff breeze. He wants to use Parsec... Oh, wait, he can't. Why? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because he can't use Parsec as essentially a meat shield. Because Fort Max is 1 wide. It ain't going to do jack shit.
No, I see what he's doing. He's making it so that even if Fort Max triggers, Parsec doesn't die on the rebound, and he's still going to get some damage through. Which is an incredibly weird decision to make, but he made it.
You see, this is why Ozzy is in finals, and I'm not. Anyway, so...
3 Pierce 3, though.
Fort Max would have triggered, though, so that Hollow Matter saved his ass there. Anyway, so, we're going to go next over to probably Soundwave, if I had to take a wild guess.
Yeah, he's just sending in Ravage, because Ravage has 0.
Going down the
for
line,
1
hey,
Pierce 1.
How much damage will Fort Max take? What does math come out to? Oh, it's just 1. Who could have seen that coming? Anyways, so now we're going to move down the line over to Soundwave. And there goes the die. And he's going in for 6 flat, actually. So Fort Max very well could defend this. Doesn't get the trigger, but does go in, or blocks for 5, so I believe he takes 1 there. Yep, takes 1.
Yeah.
And he will get another swing with Fort Max here. That is... If he's got an Impetuous, now's the time to drop it.
This is a very strange situation for Naga, because he can't attack Ravage, because Ravage has stealth. Parsec is staying alive because he's got the Hollow Matter.
Again, if he has an Impetuous, he's probably going to end up dropping it here.
Well, my honest opinion... I would honestly just send Fort Max after Parsec no matter what, just to get him off the board. But I think that if he has any kind of way to remove that Hollow Matter, that would be what to do. But judging from Naga's reaction, there is nothing he has to get rid of that Hollow Matter.
That is
so he's going to have to
unfortunate
waste
for
an
him.
attack into Parsec.
Oh, I mean, unless he has a way to one-shot Soundwave here, then he might be able to get away with not going into Parsec here.
Personally, I would just go into Parsec to get it out of the way, because you know you got to do it.
Anyway, so Fort Max will probably... Well, why hasn't he flipped Fort Max yet? I'm confused.
Not sure. There we go.
Okay, I was about to say, like, why are you not flipping Fort Max? There's an enforcement batons. That ain't gonna do anything against the Hollow Matter. There's a security checkpoint. Only a precision fire from Naga. Bashing shield, backup beam, impetuous for Ozzy. That is a significant sec check there, because there goes offensive capabilities, and there goes trying to be able to punt Cerebros to an extent. The impetuous is still a thing, though.
And he's going into Soundwave. Interesting.
I figured that was going to be the case. He does get the trigger off here. That's going... So that puts Soundwave at 11 remaining. So that's 8, 9, 10 Pierce 3 into Soundwave's 2. He's going to take 8, be alive on 3. Oh, dang it. Oh, that would have been...
That is still a very good shot, though.
I know that you're kind of wincing a little bit over that hit, but that's still a very good shot off of Fort Max.
Yeah, if he had a Demolition Derby, then he would have been able to get Soundwave here, but unfortunately he's got 3 remaining. What am I saying? Demolition Derby would have left him alive on 1. Anyway, so we're going to see Soundwave flip to alt mode here. So Ravage is not probably going to be attacking for a whole lot unless, of course, there's a Nitro Boosters in hand, which we did get a glimpse of Ozzy's hand there. It looks like there was. I couldn't tell 100%, though. And now we just wait and see what is going to be the play for Ozzy. He still hasn't played anything. There's the Nitro Boosters, but it's going on Parsec. That's interesting. I mean, Parsec Parsec is his best attacker. Duh, I'm stupid.
Well, I was also about to say, considering the fact that he flipped Soundwave for turn, yeah, that's probably where I would expect that to go. And that's 5 Pierce 1, and he'll take 3, and Naga takes 3.
He's alive on 1!
What?
Are you serious? We're going through this again?
And Parsec goes in again, so he's secured the kill.
Yep.
And forces Cerebros to send an attack into Parsec.
Unless, of course, Naga has an impetuous armed hovercraft in hand. If that is the case, he is going to be able to remove Parsec from the board without spending an attack. Of course, then he'll have to go into Soundwave. But again, he needs the impetuous. He needs the armed hovercraft. There's the impetuous! But he only has 1 card in hand. No! Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Ow. Also, Bill's in tournament chat going, Lord Parsec. No, our Lord and Savior is Briscoe, and saying anything else is equivalent to, what's the word I'm looking for here? What is it called when they kick you out of the church? Excommunication, that's what it's called. Precision firing alt mode, unfortunately does not have the armed hovercraft, and is going to have to burn an attack on Parsec here, so that is unfortunate. There's a Paralyzo box, though, so tank!
All hail Lord Parsec!
It is Lord Briscoe, and you know it.
All hail Lord Parsec!
Shut. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and go in here for 7 Pierce 3, it looks like. And Naga is looking about what he potentially could grab here. Doesn't have a weapon, so the Master Sword is offline. So it's probably either going to be an increased durability, a Medic's Protective Field, a Force Field, or an Energy Pack. Well, he's looking at that Medic's Protective. He's fanning through the cards a little bit more.
I was about to say, considering that he's only got, or he's on full health still, that Medic's Protective Field is a pretty good pick.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Medic's Protective here. He has the Master Sword, too. Oh, that hurts. Wait, is he seriously looking at a combat dagger? Don't tell me he's looking at a combat dagger.
It looked like he was for a minute.
Is he going for the armed hover? Why is he?
Oh, and he's putting down the armed hovercraft.
What? Huh?
He's trying to put a little extra damage on the other characters, I think. And I think that's not a terrible decision.
Because that leaves Soundwave alive on 2. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what. Oh, wait. Oh, both Soundwave and, well, Ravage is going to. No, Soundwave is going to flip here probably. Get an extra attacker onto the board in Steeljaw. He'll be an attacker himself. Ugh, that Medic's Protective was probably the correct play there.
Well, you say that,
Parsec
but
is off
Cerebros could potentially grab it.
Oh, right, don't. Okay. Oh, you're right, I forgot. Cerebros triggers on defense.
So, I think that was a smart call on Naga's part.
What's going on here?
I think he accidentally scrapped the Hollow Matter instead of impetuousing it, I think. Unless I'm missing something.
Except for the fact that Naga didn't play an impetuous last turn?
I'm not sure what's happening at this point.
Because he played Precision Fire last turn, I'm pretty sure. What in the world is going on?
Ozzy flipped battle cards while Naga was doing his triggers.
Ew, yeah, that is a big no-no. Yeah, I have done that more than once in casual games. So what happens here now?
Okay, so Techno is ruling that...
What's going on?
Techno is telling Ozzy that the two that he accidentally flipped, that they have to be reshuffled into his deck, I believe.
Okay. So, phew. For a second I was worried you were about to say game loss, but, like, that would have been bad.
No.
Okay.
I think they're realizing it was an honest mistake, and they're trying to rectify it in any way they can.
Yep, okay, so we're going to see a reshuffle here of Ozzy's deck.
Yep, and now Parsec dies a horrible death.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to move back over to Ozzy's turn here now that that confusion has been cleared up. Flipping Soundwave, deploying Steeljaw, and I seem to have a stuffy nose all of a sudden. And, yeah, let's go ahead and see how this pans out. So we've got 2 attackers on the board for Ozzy, and Naga is checking his scrap to see how many cards he has left, potentially. Wait, what? Why is he flipping the top card of his deck? Why is he flipping the top card of his deck? Oh, wait. Oh, that was the card he put on top with Soundwave, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
Ooh, so Ozzy thinks Soundwave is going to die this turn, and I do think he's correct. Because...
Oh, Armed Hovercraft kills him. He's alive on 1.
Yes, sir. So if Cerebros defends and hits the trigger, he could just pull another Armed Hovercraft and kill Soundwave in the middle of this battle. Yep, and that's what he's doing, is he's trying to see if he can bait out that Armed Hovercraft.
Going in for 5 Pierce 3 there. There's the white icon.
And there's the orange. He's got the trigger. And, yep, he's going in for the Armed Hovercraft, I believe.
He may yeah. Oh, yeah, the Armed Hovercraft is... we were talking about... We were talking about defensive weapons earlier, and there's a defensive weapon for you.
So...
Wait,
so Naga's looking at it. Ravage is going to come in for nothing because he's in his cassette mode. Right. Steeljaw is going to come in with Bold 1 from the Combat Dagger, and I believe Bold 1 for himself, as well as some Pierce. So I think he's going to pull in the Armed Hovercraft and kill Soundwave here to stop that attack entirely.
Yeah, because that is his best defensive play. He's taking 3 with a Magic's Protective Field. He's taking 0 with an Armed Hovercraft. Again, defensive weapons. They do exist. You just have to play weird decks like Fort Max. Anyways, so...
Actually, he just skipped over an Armed Hovercraft, unless I'm missing something.
He's got one on the top of his scrap pile, I'm pretty sure. Yep. There it is. So... he is really contemplating this. There goes the scrap set down.
So what Naga's realizing is that the next attack that goes in, he's not going to get his Cerebros trigger because he won't have anything in his scrap pile. Okay, so he is going for the Armed Hovercraft to get Soundwave off the board.
Okay, that is a very risky maneuver now because of the fact that Steeljaw is going to be able to punch into him without any additional defense boosts here. So it's really a matter of how many blues is Naga going to be able to flip here. Of course,
I think that Naga's in a good state.
Yeah, probably. So we're just waiting for reshuffles on both players' ends, of course.
Because while Steeljaw is a pretty powerful character, having Soundwave off the board is huge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So now we are getting to the cutting of the decks.
Two, 3, 1 for Naga's cut, and 2, 3, 1 for Ozzy's cut. And sends in Ravage.
Interesting.
Which is going to be for 0 Pierce 2, so nothing.
Unsurprisingly with Ravage, or actually kind of surprisingly,
And
because usually
sends
Aussie's
in
deck is able
Steeljaw.
Aussie's deck is usually able to throw out a ton of orange, so that was honestly kind of surprising.
Yeah, that was a very interesting set of flips.
So that's 6 Pierce 3? 6 Pierce 2, excuse me.
6 Pierce 2.
And he's going to be taking the Pierce 2 here, so the Magic Protective Field really wouldn't have done anything anyways. And now we wait for the untap, and Ravage is alive on 2. Steeljaw is probably who you swing into here if I had to take a wild guess, just because there's that damage potential with Bold, whereas Ravage is just
Force
guaranteed.
Field on Cerebros.
Yeah,
And Cerebros is into Steeljaw. You are correct.
Alrighty, so there is Bold 1. He doesn't get the trigger, but he's going in for 9 Pierce 2. That does kill Steeljaw, I believe. Ravage is the only character left. It would take a miracle to bring Flintlock out and then survive the crackback from him. But let's see if Ozzy could make it happen. So we see the flip of Ravage.
Ozzy needs either an Impetuous or a Bashing to get rid of that Force Field, as well as an attack pump of some kind.
The Force Field is there. I forgot about that. Ooh, this could get... If he has it, this could get interesting real quick. But if he doesn't, that basically spells game for Naga. He's looking at his hand. He's trying to figure out, is there any way out of this?
Ooh, and Ozzy's asking what's in the scrap pile in terms of upgrades. He's got an armed, sturdy javelin, paralyzo box, enforcement batons, armed hovercraft, handheld, escape capsule, escapes capsule, energy pack, backup beam, erratic energy grenade, which...
I mean, honestly, with the grenade sitting there, even if he does have the Impetuous and is just able to murderize Cerebros, there's the Impetuous to get rid of the Force Field. But now the erratic energy grenade is a live play, depending on the damage output here, and he only gets 2 black icons
3 Pierce 3.
3 Pierce 3. That, I believe, spells the end of the game for Ozzy, and now we just... Yep, there goes a damage after cycling armed hovercrafts again. And...
He's got 1 more health, but...
We may not see the armed hovercraft.
3 Pierce 3 from Ozzy, which leaves a Fort Max on 5, or a Cerebros on 5. Right. But Cerebros is about to untap and slap, so...
Yep.
I hate to tell you,
let's see the final blow.
This is definitely Naga's game.
And with that, Cerebros swings in. There's like 1 blue icon in Ozzy's deck, and as we see the final flips, there's the Pierce,
and
with that, King Naga has taken down Ozzy in the final round of Encounter 5, wins the match 2-1, and Naga is your Encounter 5 champion on the back of Fort Max. What a run!
Yeah, absolutely incredible. He went, if I'm not mistaken, he went undefeated or nearly undefeated the entire time. So it was a pretty easy call that Naga was the one who takes the gold home.
Fort Max coming in clutch. What a run. What an event overall, though. So much deck diversity. All sorts of old scrap heap characters getting pulled out, becoming new. Devastator, of course, being the first and foremost. Classic decks that have dominated the metagame, faltering with all these Titan, or these what are they called? Garrus 9 rules, and just against other decks, particularly, like, it is just incredible how this event managed to pan out, especially compared to the last couple where it's been dominated by the Wave 5 staples.
Absolutely. I think with the removal of the health heads, it forced a lot of the people playing Titan Masters to really pivot their deck building and their thoughts to completely different decks. And I think that was Naga's real advantage, is that he was able to think on the fly, sub out Grax or whoever for Flintlock, and turn that deck into a defensive powerhouse.
Ain't that the truth? So, as we see, the players discussing the match after the fact, that is where we will leave you off with Encounter 5. Again, to recap, King Naga is your Encounter 5 champion, winning 2-1 in finals with Fort Max over Aussie's Soundwave. And at this point, I really don't know what the next stream is going to be. Hopefully, we will find out as soon, and I will try to update you over on the main channel. Of course, link to that in the description as to when the next broadcast is going to be. Maybe it's a break this event, maybe it's some other casual event, maybe it's the postseason, who knows. But we will be here to cover it for you, and until that time rolls around, peace out, y'all.
Take care. Have a nice night. Come watch me on twitch.tv/tankhunter48.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Go do that. I'm pretty sure the link is in the description. If not, I will put it in the comments after the fact. But again, peace out, y'all.